most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heining, physical therapist.
Yeah, we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Totally
Bob.
caught Brad off guard there. Today we're going to talk about, so you know how to say this? Retrolisthesis?
Right, Bob. Retrolisthesis.
Back pain. 5 best exercises and treatments to stop the pain. Brad and I have received this request quite often.
Over the
years. So we decided finally to tackle it because we listen to our audience.
Right. And we do spondylolisthesis because I have spondy, so I'm kind of linked into that. But retro, I didn't think that many people had it, but actually there are because we got people requesting it.
Yeah.
So we're going to actually do a pretty detailed video on this. So be patient, and if you haven't, you'll want all this information.
By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you're going to want to go to our website, bobandbrad.com. Go to the giveaway section. We're doing a great giveaway this week. The Teeter LT3 Free Stepper Recumbent something cross trainer. It's a great device. Again, Marcus, if you're listening, show a little bit of it.
Put a little picture in there.
A little picture or something of it. You can go to Facebook. Also, it'll be pinned to the top of the page, the contest that is. You'll see it there.
Yes.
You'll see what it looks like.
That's exactly right.
Go to Twitter or Instagram or TikTok if you want a 60-second version of our program.
There you go. All right. So retrolisthesis, you can have this in your lumbar area, or your thoracic, or your neck. Very, very rare, I understand, for the thoracic. Typically, it's in the lumbar, low back. So that's what I'm going to focus on. We're not going to talk about the neck, unfortunately.
You want to show us on the spine, Brad?
You bet, Bob. So, Bob, why don't you stand up and face this way, please? All right, now bend over. I'm just kidding. Okay, just a joke. So we're going to look at the spine like here. So this, if I took Bob's spine out, he's facing that way. Now, we're going to look at, typically it's going to be L5, L4, or L3. Those are the most common areas. So we're going to look at L4 and L5. That's where my spondylolisthesis is. We're going to look at retro as just the opposite. So here.
Yeah, so we've got 5 bones that make up the low back, and they number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
And we're looking at number 4 and number 5. Brad's going to show.
Let's say we just took 4 and 5 out of there.
Pull it right out of there.
We can't move this because it's rigid. That's the way the model is. But if you have spondylolisthesis like me, that the top vertebra, L4, shifts forward, actually towards your stomach. If you have retro, it goes just the opposite. It shifts this direction. Symptoms from, I've never treated anybody with retro.
I haven't either.
But after my research on it, symptoms and treatment are very, very close to the same.
Sure.
So that's good news.
The same as spondy is what
right,
you're saying.
exactly.
Which makes sense to me. Now, a lot of times this can be due to trauma.
Right, that's a possible, yep. Or they
don't know.
A lot of times they just don't know. You take x-rays and it's like,
there it is.
And it is confirmed by x-rays, and x-rays need to be taken at a lateral view, which the doctor
From
knows.
the side, basically.
Exactly.
Which makes sense to see that it's shifted.
And there's 4 grades, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the farthest slip. By the time you're grade 4, you probably need surgery with hardware. It's very rare. Typically, you don't need surgery. Your best treatment is therapy, so you have to do it. So the things we recommend, you'll find out some of the options will be very helpful and relieve your pain. Some may not. So it's going to be a little different between each person.
The one thing is, with Brad having gone through spondy and dealing with spondy, it was a while before some of these things paid off.
Right.
You know, I mean, you got to be patient here, and you got to do them.
Exactly.
But you'll find out over time, you can go from what was probably a surgery, you probably would have required surgery, to the point now Brad's very active running triathlons.
But I'm still limited.
Still limited.
Compared if I didn't have it. I still have pain. And if I ran 3.5 miles this morning up and down the hill, my back's a little sore, but not bad. I've done it long enough. I kind of know if I go too much more or whatever. So, and it's taken a while.
Well, you're almost 100 years old too. So let's take
Bob,
that
why, Bob? Let's get on. These people are waiting.
All right,
patiently.
number 1.
Avoid postures or activities that irritate your back.
Yeah, that seems real simple. Like, well, of course I'm going to do that. No, a lot of people don't. They think, well, my back hurts. It's going to hurt. It's like, no, you're doing something that's causing it to hurt.
Right.
So you want to analyze it and change the posture. If you're sitting, do you want to show sitting or what do you want to do?
Right. Well, a lot of times static posture, you'll find that standing in a certain way, maybe on one foot, irritates it. So don't do that anymore. And a lot of times people aren't aware of it. If you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, I didn't know I stood with all my weight on one foot.
Yeah, you kind of shift to one side.
And that kinks your back, and that can put pressure on that area that's injured or
so you want to make
shifted.
sure you just go ahead and level out when you're standing and maybe put a little bend to your knee. But Brad's going to also show seated position here.
If standing for a long time irritates it, you can't stand. If sitting for a long time is irritated, you can't sit for a long time. You may have to do a sit-stand option.
Go back and forth.
And that's common. Now, lumbar supports can be very helpful. You're probably not going to get one like this because this is probably too specific on the area. This lumbar support literally changed my life in my car.
It spread the forces out as opposed to hitting one specific part of the spine.
Yep. And it's made of memory foam, which adapts to any shape back. So it doesn't matter where your shift is, if it's L4, L5, or L3. This is the Kibado. Kibota. I'm not sure how we pronounce it, but I just know I have 3 of these. I use one in my car, at home in my recliner, and in my riding lawnmower. Wouldn't go without them. And that really
what's interesting is now with me, I don't have back pain. I don't like this one.
Yeah.
So they are very specific to people, but my guess is, if I were to put a guess forward, that this would be the one for Spondy and for retro.
Right. Something, and even if it's not this brand, something that spreads out. And I just think the memory foam is very helpful.
Big key.
Yeah.
All right, we were going to mention a few things just for pain control too, right, Brad?
Oh, sure.
So one thing Brad likes to do is he likes to get his feet up on like a wedge like this. You can put your feet up on pillows too, but he likes to use an ice pack when things are flared up.
Yep. So if I do something silly, my back is really sore. It's like, oh, why did I do that? It's going to hurt for 2 days. I will take a leg wedge. You don't have to have one of these, but they really work well.
Yeah.
And they're not that expensive. You can use pillows. That works, but not quite as well. A cold pack, a nice gel one about this size.
We even have a recipe how to make your own cold pack. So you can put Bob and Brad ice pack if you want to, if you want to make your own.
Yeah, it's just rubbing alcohol and water.
You can put if you're laying on the floor, you can put your feet up on an ottoman or up on a chair.
Exactly.
So there's ways around this. You don't have to buy anything.
I've done that. Exactly. Good point, Bob. But whether you have your feet up here, something about raising your feet, your legs, either here or if you went up on like a sofa, it feels good. And 20 minutes on here, and I've had my back pain go from a 6/10 down to a 1. And then I get up and it's much better. So
now, if instead you want to try to get more blood flow to the area, a regular heating pad does not really work because regular heating pad only penetrates. We got actually a visualization here on the yardstick here. It only penetrates just surface. So that this represents how deep the regular heating pad goes.
Basically skin deep.
This is why we like to use the far infrared heating system.
Yeah.
That penetrates 2.36 inches.
Right, 2.36. So that's going to get down into the muscle and into the joints. And when your bones slip and you have that thesis there, you want those bones, like on mine, the disc actually disintegrated over a matter of years.
And fused.
And it can be the same way. You want that to fuse. So if you can get more blood supply there, it's going to heal better and faster. These don't heal over a period of a couple of weeks. It takes months. And
so I actually use this too. At night, you just put it in your chair and you sit and watch TV, and you have it on for an hour or whatever, or how long you watch TV.
So it becomes part of your lumbar support.
Right.
Actually,
right.
But yeah, and they are expensive. So you don't have to get one, but if you respond well to heat, things feel good. It's going to last for years.
Yeah, and you can use it on all sorts of your parts of your body. The Thermatex is what great company from Canada.
Right.
All right, moving on, Brad. What's the next thing?
Body mechanics.
Sure.
Um,
So we should hire someone to fix our back, a mechanic.
there you go. I'd hire someone to do everything for you. No, I'm
Probably
just
do
kidding.
our jokes.
Yeah, you want to stay active, but you want to be active with really good mechanics. The best way, I think, to teach someone how to bend over or pick something up properly so don't irritate your back is you take, we use an Abuya stick, but you can just take a 5-foot long piece of doweling or a broomstick works
Yeah.
well. And you put it behind your back, and Bob's going to show where the contact
So there's
points
3
are.
points of contact you want to have. I probably think you're a little bit better like this,
Okay.
Brad. So you want to have the head touching, the mid-back touching, and like the lower pelvis, the pelvis itself, the lower part of the spine.
Right.
That shows you that you're in good posture. If you're not in good posture, yep, you're like this.
That's no good.
Only 1 point of contact. So this is a great training device, and you necessarily don't have to have a stick around every time, but initially do a few bends like this,
Yep.
squats like this, and then with my wife, I was she was having some trouble with her back, and I said, just picture the stick like this, and she said it was really easy then for her to apply that to real life. Do you know what I mean? When she picked something up, she just pictured the stick there, and she was able to lift correctly then.
So what you can do, and this is what I have my patients do, I say, take your stick, whatever you're using, and do 10 squats. And do that 2 or 3 times a day. It takes you about 15 seconds, and it's going to give you your muscle memory so that you remember, just like Bob's wife was talking about. And, that becomes a habit that way.
Yep, absolutely. It becomes part of your daily routine then. So
All right.
next one, some core strengthening, Brad.
Right. Should we go down on the floor for this? Can we? Liz? These exercises, I think, are the best exercises that help keep your back protected. And these are exactly what I do. I absolutely love them. They really have helped my back a lot.
Who picked all your socks?
Isn't that nice? They're the thing to come. Everyone's going to start wearing these.
Oh, yeah, I bet you they are.
Yeah. So anyways, I thought that would draw some attention. So you need a ball. You're going to have to invest in a ball. There's no way around it to protect
They're like
your back.
only $15.
Yeah, you can get them
for
online,
12,
$15, sometimes 20. You don't need to buy the one that has the video with it. And I do simply this, and your back is stabilized by the floor. It protects it, and you're strengthening your core muscles here. Now, so I'll do 50 of these, but when you start out, do 10 or 15, whatever's comfortable, and then build up. And then I actually jump to the more advanced one where I do the double crunch. Same one, except for elbows and shoulder blades come off. I'm not bringing my head forward.
He's not curling way forward. He's not. He's almost bringing it up. There you go.
Get your stomach burning with that. Another 10 or 15 or whatever it takes. And then, now this is one I don't do, but this is one they strongly recommended. It makes a lot of sense to me for retro.
Sure.
Is just to do a bridging. So you get those multifida muscles, which surround that area.
And you're also doing the glutes a little bit, which the glutes attached by fascia
Exactly.
into the low back.
Yep.
So
now when you do these, if they irritate your back, there's something wrong. You don't do them.
Right. Not with
should be
anything we say today. If it hurts your back, if it makes it worse, starts not feeling right, don't do it. It's always let pain be your guide.
And now this one, hopefully it doesn't turn my mic off because I'm on the box. This is a really good advantage with the ball. And you'll go like this, and you can put your forearms down. And then you're working these back muscles here as well as your hip. And I'll do one leg at a time, 10, and then I'll do the other.
Yeah, again,
10.
the back is nice and supported while you're doing this, and you can get some good strength. And then it goes the other way on the opposite side.
And again, all pain-free, but you'll feel the ball really supports that involved area of your back. So again, I really think the ball is something that you'll want to do it really.
It'd be a good investment.
When I was going to the point where I was going to have surgery, I started to do my ball exercises very consistently, and I really feel between that and this was the key.
You become a big fan.
Yeah.
So
All right,
we're
now
gonna go over here, Brad.
yes, the final thing, sorry to take so long, is the transverse muscles and the oblique muscles of the core, which get missed by those exercises. And I do think functionally this really makes a difference on getting you functionally throughout the day, doing daily activities without pain. So, and you're going to need something with handles in the band and some way to anchor it to a wall. You can go to a door. They make things that go on a door when you
Slip
buy
in the
these.
door, right?
We use the wall anchor because they just work so much better. But the exercises like this, so you just get in an athletic position, and then we're going to stir the pot, Bob.
Sure.
So we go like this,
Sure.
make circles, but you get out so there's enough tension. You'll feel your core tighten. Right now I feel it. And I'm just working. I'll go 10 times this way. I'll go 10 times this way. I'm not right now, but that's what I'll do.
It's
then,
interesting when you do these, they don't look that hard.
No,
but
they
I
don't.
know from experience, these are quite challenging.
And you do them with that good posture. You notice
Right.
I'm not slumped. Everything you do is maintained. And then the other one I really like to do is you need to get a different angle. So I'm going to go up to here. And it works the obliques really well. And I'm going to get that good posture. And I just bring my arm down here like that. I'm going to make it a little tighter. It works better like this. There, and I can really, and I'll palpate with my fingers. I'll feel my stomach muscles right there. Boy, they're really working hard right in that area. But I'm trying to keep, so my hand goes to the opposite knee, and those obliques are really working. I'll do both sides, and this feels good. My back is completely pain-free, and if that's the situation, boy, you're gold. That's the exercise you want to work with.
But again, don't expect that this is going to help even in a week when
No.
you do like these type of exercises,
Right.
the core strengthening.
Right.
This is an investment of time.
Right.
Pick out the ones that you feel comfortable with and that you're going to do for a while. Maybe it's just the ball.
Right.
Yeah,
I would, for sure, you need to avoid
Yeah.
the postures and the activities that irritate it. I would start with the ball, cold pack or hot pack, whatever makes that feel better. And then these exercises over here.
These are bonus ones.
That's when
So,
you're getting better and you're getting more active and you're feeling better. So,
all right. Remember, Brad and I can fix about everything.
except for
Anything, I mean, except for a broken heart. But we're working on
yeah,
it.
this stuff isn't going to help for that.
Yeah.